morning. Can you hear me? There's a button. Hello, there we go. Good morning, party people. We're here for Gamemasters Guild. We're located at 109 North 1st here in Ponca City, Oklahoma. We've been around for about a year now. Our soft opening was May 31st, 2019, and our grand opening was June 15th, 2019. We had planned on doing a big one-year celebration and such before, global pandemic and societal unrest and the unraveling of the fabric of reality. But anyway, Billy,
Yes.
why don't you tell them what we're all about?
Gamemasters Guild is kind of something that we had talked about doing for a little while. I know for me personally, I got tired of people saying there's nothing for people to do in Ponca City. Everybody in this room knows that's not true, but we kind of got together and said we're going to give Ponca City something that it doesn't have. We're going to give Ponca City a place for like-minded people, people who are open-minded, to come in and try different games, make new friends, and just kind of build relationships in the community. What started as just 5 of us thinking, hey, this would be a great idea. We can have one table and like a bookshelf, turned into a building just off of Grand, a custom handmade table that I'm aware of. We're the only shop in northern Oklahoma that has a hand-built gaming table with a 40-inch plasma screen in it with maps for Dungeons and Dragons that actually move. So if you're in a forest and you're campaigning there, the trees move and you can hear birds and you'll see shadows pass of stuff flying. It's just we wanted to offer Ponca City something that they didn't have and probably had never seen before.
So the whole thing started out, a few of us were actually planning on doing something different. And we met with Kat Long, shout out to Kat, she's back there. She was drawing up on her big whiteboard, and then we decided that idea was terrible and something we didn't really want to do except begrudgingly. And we came up with a much better idea, thanks to Kat. So we kind of went with that. We were originally going to rent out a room in City Central, but as our idea kind of got bigger, we decided, we quickly realized, I'm like all touching this other mic here, we realized that was not going to be enough room. We were fortunate enough to find the space just off of Grand that Mr. Joe Goldenstern, some of you probably know him, had rented out, and that changed hands to Alina Jennings over at Doodle Academy. So she's been our landlord recently. But we got started up and running. We actually had, when we first started, we had 2 other partners. That lasted for like 6 months.
3, it just seemed like 6.
About, yeah, it became pretty apparent that our goals did not align with theirs. We actually ended up buying them out of their portion of it, and things have been a lot better since then, but it was a very hard business lesson to learn, and all of us kind of went in. It was just a bunch of friends getting together doing this, and then that kind of happened, so it was so business and friendship don't mix, but that's only in some cases, because Billy and I are still great friends.
No look, high five.
I looked. But I lost my train of thought.
You messed up the high five, that's
why. One of the things about our business that is a little bit different, I know a lot of businesses kind of operate, especially smaller businesses operate on a 40-ish, 35-40% margin. We operate on about a 20 to 25% margin, which is very low. But None of us are kind of in it to make money off of it. All of us have day jobs. We're just really passionate about it. And we want people to be able to afford the hobbies that they love and also give people a reason to shop local. You know, most of our stuff you can go on Amazon. We're right there around the price. So we don't want to give people an excuse to just pull up Amazon and go somewhere else. So it's a little rough, but the business pays for itself. All the money we've got goes right back into the business, and we run regular events for people. We run, of course, not now, but we're running Dungeons and Dragons Adventures League, which is kind of an open play deal where anyone can come in. Even if you don't know how to play, we'll teach you how to play real quick, get you in. We have people at our table. Not now because of COVID, but we had groups of 6 to 8 every evening playing Dungeons and Dragons at the evening. Every night we were open. We also have over 100 board games and stuff that we have in back there that people can just come in and pick up off our shelf and start playing if you want to try it before you buy it, or just get together with some friends and play it. So we have a lot to offer. Even if you don't want to come in and buy anything, just come in and hang out. We have a lot of people that come in and have been regulars that just come in and hang out, and we're real glad to have them. And it's just been a treasure to get to know people in Ponca. Everybody's been real supportive. And yeah, what else, Billy?
One of our biggest things is we have a paint station. For anybody who doesn't know, when you play Dungeons and Dragons or any other tabletop game, you have your little figure that represents you. And our figures range anywhere from $2.25 to like $15 or $16. If you spend $2.25, you can come in and use our paint station for free. We have all the colors you want, all the brushes, anything that you need to customize and make your own figure.
I never actually charge anyone, even if they didn't buy it there. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be. But.
Oh, good, because I haven't been either.
So our paint program is free.
Yeah, so check that out. Like Matt was saying, we have over 100 board games that you can come in and check out, and it ranges from basic stuff like checkers, Monopoly, all the way up to, I think Mr. Howard called it Settlers of Kazam, which sounds like an awesome board game where Shaq's a genie that lives in a boombox, but we haven't got that one yet, but I'm going to work on it for you, I promise. A lot of people see all these games and, look, and they're like, oh, I want to play this, but I don't want to spend, they can be $60 to $100 for a game. A lot of people don't want to do that for something that they've never played. Come in and see us, check it out. You just sit down at our store, play the game. If you like it, that's cool. If you want to wait and try something else, that's fine too. One of the things that I'm most proud of is we're the only licensed dealer of black box games in Ponca City. Games like Cards Against Humanity, Joking Hazard. You have to actually apply to sell those games. And for anybody who's played Cards Against Humanity, you know it can be awful. But the company itself, one of the first questions they asked was, what do you do to give back to your community? Why should we allow you to promote our stuff? And when we got accepted to do that, it really meant a lot to us that this is a company that trusts us to sell their games, but trust us, the stipulation is you have to give back to your community. You have to offer something. And I thought that was really important that we can do that for Ponca City.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people, our Dungeons and Dragons stuff. We have a lot of people that have never played before. So we teach everyone how to play. We provide all the materials. We get kids from 8 years old all the way up to, we've got 60, 70-year-olds coming in and playing Dungeons and Dragons games. So it's just really cool to see, people from all different walks of life, all different ages, everything just come together and be able to have fellowship over the games in our area, and really enjoy providing that space for everyone.
We don't let the 8-year-olds play Cards Against Humanity. That's not a thing we do.
We're not supposed to do that. Questions?
What have been some of your major influences about how you operate your business?
None, really. Just like do what feels right. I mean, I don't think any of us have really owned a business before. People over profits, customers over cash. That's kind of how we operate things. I mean, we're just, do what feels right, treat people well.
Let me rephrase my question. I watch tabletop games on YouTube. Are you familiar?
Yes.
And when I wanted to get into gaming, I liked how you guys set it up. What are some other influences from social media or things that you've seen that you've tried to incorporate into how you run the shop?
Take the question, Billy.
That's a great question. Thinking about some of what our influences are.
You're just restating what she said in order to buy time.
Because that's what they said to do, was for the people in the back to kind of read.
I tried.
You gotta listen, Matt. One of the influences of my
Billy,
business
come this way. This is a train wreck.
Are you guys really still friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. One of my influences has been the YouTube and podcast series Critical Role. It's a bunch of voice actors from movies, video games, TV series who play an extended campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. Other than that, the thing that I want is, a lot of people have the stereotypical pop culture game shop in their mind where it's dark, smelly, a dude with a neck beard and a ketchup stain on his t-shirt berates you for not liking the right thing. That's not okay. That's not what we're about. I had a really great teacher for about 7 years that taught me the importance of making customers feel welcome and just being something that brightens their day. That's what I want our shop to be. Whether somebody's coming in for the first time and not sure what they really want, or somebody that we see every day. Just
Cow.
Sorry, that's we have a. Oh God, I forgot we just did that. We have a customer. His name is Kyle, and anytime you say Kyle, you have the entire shop will go, huh? It's like a call and response thing. So shout out to Kyle. Hope you're doing good, buddy. I miss you. Next.
I know that, especially when I was growing up, there was a lot of misconception about Dungeons and Dragons being satanic or being, I had never played it, and I've only played it once. But but my family got into it a couple of years back when Stranger Things came out. The kids were playing it in the movie and whatnot. And I see incredible benefits from it. I think it's extremely creative. I think it's face-to-face. It's not using your devices and staring. I'm 100% in support of what I've seen it do for my kids and their social skills. And it's very, very detailed. Can you tell a little bit about how you guys are working to portray that out to the public so that people aren't scared to let their kids play it?
Got it, or you want me to get it?
You get it, and then I'll piggyback off whatever you say.
So, for those of you who don't know, Matt and I and Dave did improv together for about 5 years. And the point of Dungeons and Dragons is there's somebody who is what's called the Dungeon Master, who basically builds the world for the players. The players then get to make what they want out of that world. Everybody, sorry, I don't remember, but in the 80s, everybody was, like she was saying, it's satanic and, oh my God, this is evil. It's not. It's about building friendships and spending time face to face with people, and not just, I'm gonna go play. Do kids still play like Echo the Dolphin and stuff? I don't.
Yes, that's an old Sega Genesis game.
Yeah. But what we really want is to teach people it's not devil worship, and it's not evil. It's actually it can be a continuation of the Lord of the Rings or any kind of fantasy setting that you want.
The past few years, especially with YouTube and kind of the digital world that we're living in now, live streams, people playing the game live online on YouTube, Twitch, such like that, has become very popular. It's driven the popularity of the game. I would say the game's fairly mainstream now. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. There's tons of references of it in pop culture and stuff now. So we haven't really faced a lot of people that have that same mindset. I suppose if you did, you probably wouldn't come in anyway, so we wouldn't be seeing you. But
one of the things that my wife and I are working on, and we're working on it a little bit less since we had a baby, but I'm working on what I'm like tentatively calling kid D&D, where we bring in kids that are 6 to 10 after school. We really cut the game from everything that's not needed, and we're basically sneakily teaching them math skills, because realistically D&D is just math the game.
We get a lot of people that come in, and a lot of people, I mean, in essence, you need friends or group to play the game. We get a lot of people that come in that don't have people to play the game with. And we'll sit down, we'll teach them about it, and we give them a group to play with, and you'll kind of see them kind of blossom when they get to play. You know, they'll go from shy and quiet or awkward, and they get to put themselves in this and get with people, and it's just really fun to see them kind of come alive when they're playing a game, especially someone who's, we have people that come in, they're like, I have all the books, I read them all the time, I don't have anyone to play with, and we're like, well, we'll hook you up, and it's cool. Any other questions?
I don't know. Kind of hard question. So, I kind of fall into that category that was mentioned of not having people to play these games with. I'm actually a White Wolf gamer. I don't know if you guys do anything outside of Dungeons and Dragons, but. Dungeons and Dragons is actually not one of my favorite systems. I enjoy playing other stuff, Call of Cthulhu, like I said, White Wolf, Vampire the Masquerade, and stuff like that. We have a giant cabinet in back that people can just come in, and it's got all kinds of other things, non-D&D related books, Call of Cthulhu, Delta Green, Vampire the Masquerade.
We just got in the role-playing game version of the Alien universe with Sigourney Weaver. We have a Ghostbusters role-playing game from the 1980s.
Yeah, we have a lot, and hopefully as more people come and start playing, they play Dungeons and Dragons for a while, because it's by far the most popular thing. We do carry a large selection of non-Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games that I'm always trying to get people to look at and want to play, and I've run a few Call of Cthulhu stuff in store there, so I think it's just Dungeons and Dragons is kind of like the gateway, especially with how popular it is in modern times. To get people who want to start expanding and find out different game systems and different ways of playing and stuff like that. So yeah.
Where are you guys located?
We are located at 109 North 1st, just off of Grand. Across the street from used to be McVeigh's.
Back there, yeah.
Yeah, I want to congratulate you on opening the Gamemasters Guild. I think it's great to have this here in Ponca City, and I appreciate you opening it right here in town. And I'm always fascinated personally by the entrepreneurial spirit. So a lot of people have great ideas and say, one day I'm gonna, one day I'm gonna, one day I'm gonna. What was your tipping point where you went from one day we're gonna do something like this to let's do it? What pushed you over the edge to entrepreneurship?
Like I mentioned before, we were going to do something else stupid. And then we met with Kat Long, and she's like, no, your idea is stupid, and this is much better. And like after that, it was like, yeah, we're going to do it. So really, she was pretty instrumental in, because we talked about it forever. And she kind of helped push us over and get to that point.
Molly?
So you said one lesson learned was about the partnerships, how to partner, but what would be another top lesson you've learned about running a business?
Taxes are dumb, and you should keep track of them, because it's pain in the neck, and the government expects them to be paid to them in a timely manner. Billy?
I think one of the things that I learned is kind of have an idea of what's, not necessarily what you enjoy, but what's popular with everybody. When we first started, we had a lot of, it's a game called Magic the Gathering. It's a trading card game. And it's, like, I've played it, it's okay, I like it. But my biggest focus was Pokemon. I've always loved Pokemon. And so I started bringing in my cards and like kind of showing people how to play. I picked up some decks to keep at the store to teach people to play. And within probably 5 months, it was one of our top selling items. We would order stuff and it would all be sold the same day, which kind of pushed me to think, okay, what else can I do to promote this? And as of March, I think we are the only officially Pokemon League licensed shop in Ponca City. The closest one is Night Arms in Stillwater.
Also, I've learned about research as far as like new things coming out and such. Like, I really have to stay on top of that, because there's something new like every week coming out. And then, I look dumb. I'm sitting here moon-faced while someone's telling me, hey, such and such came out. You got it? I'm like, I don't know. But so I try to stay on top of all the new releases and everything. Kind of, like Billy said, even just learning about like all the stuff that you have, that you do in your store, even if you're not into it. So I think most of us are pretty into most of the things we have, but that's really, like I said, I don't know that honestly, I don't think we're real business-minded people, to be honest with you guys. It's, to me, like the business side of things is really the hardest thing to do and keep track of.
I'm supposed to keep track of that?
Yeah. But we make do. So, like I said, we've only been open about a year, so we'll keep learning. Hopefully keep growing, and I'm sure there's lots of lessons we have to learn as of yet.
So what can our community do to help support you?
Come in, buy things, play some games. Even if just come in and check the place out if you haven't been there before. Spread the word.
What are hours?
We are 3 to 7 Tuesday through Friday. Then on Saturday we are noon to 7. And most of those days we're actually there later because people are playing. We're playing.
Yeah.
Hopefully playing again soon. But we kind of tried to open kind of the after school area. We at first we were open like noon on during the week, and nobody really came in during those later times. And, you know, we all have families and other day jobs and stuff like that, so we pushed it back to 3 to 7, and it's been working fairly well. And we did kind of special call-ins and curbside and stuff during COVID. And
So when are you planning to be open for a game playing?
Geez,
That's,
to be determined.
yeah.
We've let some people come in and play, kind of like family people or people that have already see each other every day, you know, stuff like that. But we've been doing that as kind of like a private thing, because we also do, we'll rent out the space and stuff. We didn't mention that. We'll rent out the space for parties and stuff like that. Like we had the scout troops come in, rent out the place one night, and they were awesome. They got into painting, and some of those kids were like scary good at it.
Yeah.
So we'll let people just come in privately and kind of shut the door and let them play and stuff. While that way we don't have to, you know, worry about the other people coming in. We just want everyone to feel comfortable.
The answer to your question of what can Ponca City do to support us, anybody in this room that knows me knows that what I'm most excited about is just bringing people together, showing them things that I care about, and kind of bringing them in and hopefully having them be fans of what I'm excited about. Please come in and buy stuff, but don't worry about that. Just come in and see us. I promise, will find something that you're passionate about, something that your family is passionate about. And you'll find a place that, number one, you feel safe. A game shop can, like I talked about earlier, be daunting to people coming in. I promise you, we are an accepting and caring group. Come in, play Pokemon with me. Come in and paint a mini with Matt. Come and just check out a board game and hang out. That's the best way you can support our business.
Yeah, especially if you have kids and stuff, you know, just let them know what we have. We'd love to see kids at the game table and stuff. And people of all ages. I know myself, like I suffer from depression and anxiety, and having the gaming as an outlet for that helps me tremendously, and it's helped me. And I know people that come in there that tell us it has helped them deal with their depression or anxiety, loneliness, stuff like that. So it's really awesome to be able to help people like that.
Mr. Howard.
Are parents able to drop kids off from that 3 to 7 and I can pick them up?
Yeah, we have.
That's another niche.
Yeah, we have parents can drop the kids off. We have a few that, you know, will drop their kids off and we'll play Dungeons and Dragons for hours, or, you know, they'll get board games out and play them. Yeah, for sure.
That's the word that needs to get out, because a lot of parents have other things to do. That's a good way for them to get away a little bit.
Something that made me the happiest is there's a family that comes from Enid, and their son is like 8 or 9, I think, and I helped him build a Pokemon deck out of his cards. And they've came about 3 or 4 times, and the last time, the kid just came and hung out while the parents got to go and do, I don't know, parent stuff.
Yeah, the kids that come there and stay all day, they're like really well behaved for the most part, especially, you know, I think a lot with kids being energetic and stuff, they have something to focus on while they're here with the games and stuff, and they do really well. And like Billy said, coming out of Enid, we get a lot of people from Enid coming to town here. We have a group that comes almost every Saturday from Enid and comes and plays games here. So, you know, we're bringing people from outside of town here, and that's really cool to see as well. So.
That's good to know, because I'm a 3-year-old, so you said kids. You said kids, so I got a 3-year-old. I might drop off your place.
You won't let me bring my kid to your store.
Do you see a lot of
for you to interact with your kids. I mean, I think that's an important thing with games is not just for your kids to play, but for you to play with your kids.
Yeah, so he asked if we have a lot of families coming in, getting games and stuff to do together with family. Well, we have a lot of that. I'd say most of our board games that we sell, we see people, families coming in and picking them up. We have our Adventurers League, our Open Dungeons & Dragons play. We have families that will come, father and a couple daughters, or
around Christmas, we had an entire family come in to paint. And during the day, I worked for the Chamber of Commerce. I actually ran into the lady who came in to paint, and she was like, I remember you. You have that store. We're so excited about it. It made me feel really good that I played a part in a family putting down devices, spending face-to-face time together, and them actually being excited about it.
yeah, I'd say probably the majority of people that come in, especially on the board games, are getting them for a family interaction and stuff. And we'll have kids will come in to. Sorry, saw someone walk in. There's one of our partners back there. His name's Matt, and he does an awesome job at everything in the world. But kids will come in and they'll learn to play the card games and stuff like Pokemon, stuff like that. And it's amazing to me how many parents actually end up getting into it because they want to be able to play with their kids and help their kids and stuff like that. So, we have, parents coming in and playing card games with their kids too, not just board games. So, yeah, it's really cool. Brittany.
Do the parents let the kids win?
Not that I know of.
No.
I don't.
I heard that's a thing, so.
What are your top 5 board games, like, have you recommended for this group? Like, ours is Catan and Ticket to Ride. Those are our 2 favorite family games that we can buy at your store. If you were telling a family to come buy a board game and try something out, what would be, like, your top 5 sellers that you recommend?
I recommend Ticket to Ride is very fun, good family game, and it is it's probably our best seller as far as board games go. I really like Mansions of Madness.
Yes.
There's Mansions of Madness. I'm a big H.P. Lovecraft fan, so like Mansions of Madness, Arkham Horror, stuff like that. And a lot of the games now, they have, so many expansions that they have, especially like mentioned Catan. We sell a lot of Catan, and they've got Catan Junior. They've got a segment of the game for just about anybody. So I definitely recommend Mansions of Madness. It's kind of a horror investigative type game. You lay these tiles out. It's different every time you play it. Ticket to Ride. They have a lot of Ticket to Ride expansions, so you're probably never going to get bored of that.
What's the name of the D&D board game that we played that Sunday night with the little cardboard figures that we all hate?
It's just Dungeons & Dragons, the board game.
Oh, that was a lot simpler than I thought it would be.
It's really fun and family-oriented, and there's a game called Click-Clack Lumberjack that everybody loves, and it's kind of like Jenga, only you build these pieces of bark around a tree stump, and you got to hit it with a little axe, and you're trying to knock the pieces of bark off without knocking the core off. It sounds really weird. I'm not explaining it well. I don't know if there's a way to explain it. But you can come in and check it out. We've got it. It's really fun. Kids like it. Parents like it. I like it. It makes a lot of noise when you knock stuff down. It's cool. Brittany.
No, you need one more.
Oh. One more board game, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of our back wall. Okay, one of my favorite games is actually one that I brought to the shop that we can order. It's called Zombies. Zombies is a game kind of like Arkham Horror, where you build the tiles and the game board as you go. You said games that you like to play with your family. This is a game to play with your family if you are super mad at your family. Because the whole point of the game is to be the first one to survive a zombie apocalypse and get to a helicopter to survive. You can help people if you want to. I don't. But That's one that my wife won't play it with me anymore. Hey, she won't play that, and she won't play Monopoly with me. But
I'll throw one more out there. Dead of Winter is kind of a collaborative. You play a survivor in a zombie apocalypse situation in the dead of winter, and you have to kind of manage your camp and keep yourself and others alive, and that one's really fun. I like resource management, and also you can help your, kind of depends how you want to play. You can help everybody out, or you can be cutthroat and go for yourself if you want to be an awful person.
I like that Wendy's up front just visibly going, nope. No. Is there any other questions?
So who of your group would teach someone to play Magic?
Probably me.
Yep.
We've got a few, most of the people know how to play it. I probably know the rules and stuff like that the best out of anybody, but Matt knows how to play it, and Ian knows how to play it too, so I would not ask Billy.
I know how to play it, but I'm the one you play if you want to beat, if you want to beat that person and then get a real good ego boost.
He got taught how to play it one time, and he literally described it as one of the worst situations in his entire life. So I don't think Billy's a fan, but yeah, if someone's looking how to play it, we've got some free decks and stuff that for people to learn how to starter decks that we give out to people that are looking how to play, and we can sit down and play and teach people how to. So.
Huh?
I have some decks
Do you really? That's awesome.
Bring them in.
from the early 90s.
That's cool. What it is?
Well, I just want to thank you guys for what you do, and I just want to make the comment that most business people that are successful are passionate about what they do. Not the business side of it, but what the business is. So I congratulate you on that, and we appreciate your support of the chamber and what you do for us. If I may, I want to just let everyone know that today at 10 a.m. we're going to have a ribbon cutting for a brand new store downtown on Grand Avenue, the Cast Iron Company. They're located at 121 East Grand, 10 a.m. this morning. Great locally owned new company. And then on Friday at 10 a.m. we're going to have a ribbon cutting for Quality Water Services, 75th anniversary of family-owned business in Ponca City. So we have a brand new business we're going to celebrate today, and then 75th anniversary on Friday. It's our first ribbon cuttings since the pandemic started. So if you could support us and them, that'd be great.
One thing that I forgot, I'm really excited about. For anybody who has played Pokemon or has never, I guess, when you go, the whole point of the game is to beat gym leaders to challenge the Elite Four and become the Pokemon champion. One thing that I wanted to do in the games, if you beat a gym leader, you get a badge to show your progress. Matt, our other partner, who came in on time for a wizard, actually bought a cricket machine, and people can come in, and each one of us are gym leaders for Pokemon. I'm a water gym leader. You're the fairy type gym leader. Ian's grass type. If you come in and play us and beat us, you will actually get a badge like in the games.
Billy goes super hardcore too. He's
Yeah.
It's sad, actually.
I have to build another deck because I figured out little kids can't beat me. And I don't like throwing games, but I also don't want to make Timmy cry.
Okay, it's hot and we all need to go, but one time this lady came in with her son, they were playing, and he takes the mother aside and he's like, hey, is it going to be okay if I defeat your son very badly? Is he going to be okay with that if, I just destroy him in 5 minutes?
Number one.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Number one, the kid was just learning how to play. I tried to talk him out of challenging me for a badge. But number two, the kids started trash talking. And I'm not taking no guff from an 8-year-old.
Wow. All right, well, wow. All right, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having us. It was a pleasure.